I did, hey Facebook, I did come live to show you guys the hotel, but I'm gonna tell y'all about, I'm giving some people on Facebook a minute to get on here, because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all about this experience. I don't do Airbnb, but I do Vrbo. So I am a vacation rental girl, right? So I rented hey Anaya, we did rent a vacation rental for our week-long stay in Atlanta. And we got there. What did we get there? We got there Monday night. Okay. So y'all on Facebook, hey Facebook. I thought y'all was live, but I ain't hit the button. But anyway. So we got there Monday night, last Monday evening. And I knew, we didn't get in until late. So I told the owner that, hey Katrina, I told the owner that we would be coming late. And they told us that we did not, have parking. We had to park on the street. So I was aware of all of these things before arrival. But so we arrived. It is Rose. It was downtown Atlanta. And when we pulled up to the building, and now if you're familiar with Atlanta, downtown is still a little sketchy. It's kind of a what's the name of the area? It's like a Hyde Park / West Loop, South Loop kind of thing. They're trying to, build it up and, make it fresh, make it new, all of that, but it's still a little sketchy. And we know that, Broadview, places like that. So, it's a college town because there's 2, maybe 3 colleges in the area, but, the condo was amazing online. The pictures were really, really nice. We were excited about, having our own space and not having to be in a hotel. Okay. So we get to the area, and if you've been in the downtown area of Atlanta, there's a lot of homeless people. So you have the homeless people. Okay. But we get to the building, and as we're pulling up to the building, again, the building is very nice. The building is very nice. I'm not sure when it was open, but they still have for rent signs. Now leasing, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, blah, 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 blah. And sale. So it was, owners, and you can lease. And so as we get to the street, Martin Luther King, it's like dark. It's like dark in the area. And so that was one red flag for me. And so again, you had to find your own parking. And so literally, my husband and I drove around for 40 to 45 minutes looking for a park. When I tell you, I was irritated because when I say no parks, there were no parks. The streets were dark. Okay. There were young people every freaking where. The building, they were standing in front of the building. It's a Monday night. At this point, it's around 10:30-ish, because our flight got in at like 8:30, and we'll talk about that in a second. 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then we had to get our rental car and then go. And so we're getting close to 10:15, 10:30, pitch black dark. There's a barbecue place that's right across the street from the building. There's people lined up in this parking lot, young people, they're out there smoking weed. The building that we were rented in, it was kids everywhere. The parking garage where they said that we couldn't park, it was like, I don't know what movie, but it was cars in and out of there. And so now my anxiety is going, and I don't even get anxiety. Okay. And so these kids are in and out this parking garage. And then there are kids that are standing in front of the building. There are 2 entry doors. They're standing in front of the building, holding the doors open, letting people in. So on my phone to the owner, like, what's really happening over here? The first thing I said was, we can't find any parking. That's number one. Number two, it's pitch black dark. So even if we found a park, are we supposed to walk in this dark? Like, when I tell y'all pitch black, no street lights. And so next to the barbecue place, there were two like parking lots kind of things. Like, it was grass in there, but we did see cars. But the first parking lot, we saw a young person. We couldn't see his face because he was like crawling around on the ground, but we just see this body crawling around in this grass, right? But there were cars there, and I'm like, no. And then you go to the next one, there were cars in there too, but there was probably about 10 to 15 young people standing in that particular lot smoking. I'm like, so I messaged her like, yes, Jackie, crawling. And so I messaged her like, so is this a dorm? Because at this point, this has to be some type of dorm. Like, this can't be where grown people. I said, so is that? She was like, well, I understand you're in some place new and things are different. I said, ma'am, listen here. I'm from Chicago Fire. I'm from Chicago. Born and raised in Inglewood. So I know the hood. Okay. So, but this is like a dorm. Like, ain't no grown people over here. Like, they finna have a straight up turn up session. It was a dude outside the building, sitting outside with his car running. Literally, again, we drove around 45 minutes. He was sitting in his car with his car running, smoking for that whole entire time. And she's just like, it's a mix of ages there. Where? Because I've only seen college students. Ma'am, like, we're not. And then she goes, well, you guys can park in my spot for tonight. I'm not. What we're going to do is we're going to go and get us a hotel, and you're going to refund us our money. Because when I tell y'all, it was cracking, and I'm like, we have to be here this entire week. Girl, who you think finna play? And the condo that we rented was on the first floor. Like, who you think finna play with these young folks for 5 whole days? If they bussing on Monday, they finna be bussing all week. I was like, girl, we in our 40s, honey. Like, you should make this known that this is a dang college dorm. Like, this is not for people our age. Like, not at all. Because if you all would have saw, there were girls, like, they were dressed up like they was about to go to Strokers or something, like, on a Monday. I was like, absolutely not. Exactly, Tanisha. 18 to 25 is not a mix. It's not a mix. We were in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, in a vacation rental. Like, this is not a mix. And she's like, well, just park in my spot tonight and then we'll work it all out. No, we're not working nothing out because I'm not staying here. And so we had to stay in downtown that night because we had a photo shoot in the area. And that was the reason why we rented in that area in the first place. And so we found a hotel, not far away. Well, actually the hotel that we needed to be at the next day. And so, like, I was so frustrated. By this time, it's almost midnight. The lady upgraded our room for free. And I'm like, listen, we saw some young people as we were coming in. They were coming in, getting on the elevator. I'm like, it's a lot of young people here. She was like, it's a nice amount. Then she says, do you want a high floor or low floor? I said, what are they, high or low? She said, high. Put us low, girl. I don't want to be by them. We get in the elevator. It smelled like weed. I could not wait to check out and be out of that area because it definitely, Lori, was college apartments. She was bogus for that. I am still fighting up for my money back because she want to pretend like she didn't get the message from Verbo. And so I called them again Monday night. And they were like, well, we're going to escalate it because she hasn't responded to any of our emails. Okay. So this ain't what they want, because if she don't put my money back, by tomorrow, then it will be back purchase because I'm not gonna play with her. Like, girl, you need to go on there and tell people this is for college kids, okay? Because ain't no grown people finna stay up in here in the bonbon room. Absolutely not on a Monday, 40 and older. And trying to tell me something about a mix. No. And then on our way home, Friday evening, we're in the airport, we're in the gate area, and I hear a fire, like an ambulance. And I didn't think nothing of it at first, but our flight was coming in from San Diego that was going on to Chicago. And so after a few of those people, yes, Lori, the boom boom room, a few people got off, and then the gate agent was like, there's going to be a delay in boarding because we have a medical emergency on board. And we were like, oh, no big deal. So we saw the ambulance. The EMTs come with the stretcher, and then probably 30 minutes later, they brought a woman off the plane that was on the defibrillator, and like she was unconscious, and it was constantly giving her chest compressions. And I'm just praying that she's okay. But like I said, she was unconscious when they got off the plane. A few minutes later, a lady, a Southwest employee, escorted a lady and 2 kids off. And then probably 30 minutes after that, everyone else comes off that was not off before. So then we wait a little bit, and they're like, okay, we're gonna board in like 20 minutes. Okay. So my husband and I, we go up and we stand because we're in the A. So we go and stand, and we're waiting. So they're like, okay, we can't board until the fire truck leaves off the tarmac. So my husband like, let me go sit back down. I'm still standing there. So the gate agent had gone inside, and he comes out with a wheelchair, and then one of the flight attendants comes out with a wheelchair, right? So they stop at the desk, and she takes her mask down, and she tells the gate agent, I don't know who she thinks she's talking to. So I'm like, oh, I guess a flight attendant's arguing, right? I don't know. Okay, so now 15 minutes go by. The gate agent comes and says there's going to be a delay because we have to, we're waiting on additional flight crew. One of our crew members left, and so we got to wait. Y'all, we had to wait 1 hour and 20 minutes for another flight attendant. Because these 2 cray-crays are arguing on the plane. I don't know what they arguing about, but they done got into an argument on the doggone plane. And so now we delayed probably like 2.5 hours now. By the time I got home Friday, it was probably 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh my God. But, the days in between were great. I had a decent photo shoot. I ain't really like all my pictures. But anyway, had nothing to do with our photographers. It's all about this muffin top. We won't talk about that. And great meeting with my business partner for 2 days. But yes, our flights and our arrival was insane. And yeah. What y'all been doing? Y'all been good? Who? I haven't watched the next episode of Married at First Sight. All I did see was Chris behind on Instagram talking about only 3 episodes left. I'm so glad. I can't wait till it's over. Really. After I did see the week, the one from last week when I was gone. I didn't see the one from last night yet. Getting in his behind, and all of them calling him a narcissist because, I mean, let the truth shall set you free. Okay. So yeah, y'all be getting they talking about Jamaica. Yes, Phil Shaw, we're gonna be talking about Jamaica momentarily. But yeah, I'm gonna catch up on Married at First Sight. I would say tonight, but I think I have to work late. I'm so my birthday was Monday. I took the day off. Y'all don't know how difficult it was for me not to work. Okay. Like how difficult it was for me not to do anything on Monday. Whew. And but I did it. I did not work at all on Monday. And I ain't had no energy to work Tuesday, Wednesday, no Thursday. You hear what I'm telling you? So today I've been trying to get a little work in, and my cup runneth over. And so I have to play catch up. And so yes, that's what I will be doing for the next couple of days. My grandkids will be here tomorrow, so limited work tomorrow. But yes, I'm playing catch up. So if you emailed us, y'all, show a sister some grace, because I'm trying to get to them all, get to all of the emails. I will, but give me a few days here and I'll get you. If you did send us an email and we have not responded, I strongly suggest that you text us. I am a texter. Okay. Calling might get you in the voicemail. Texting, if I don't answer right away, I will answer. 866-712-8728. You can text us there. It's the quickest way to get in contact with me. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about for Jamaica are the new updated curfews. So if you are headed to Jamaica, I know I have a few clients heading there in the next couple of weeks. If you are headed to Jamaica, then there are new nothing new, Denslow. There are new curfew rules in place. Okay. So right now, there are no closures on Fridays, but the only things that are open right now, the number again is 866-712-8728. You can text us there. So the only thing open right now is essential. Okay. So there are no nightclubs open. There are some bars and restaurants, so I don't know how essential, especially in the grill. But I don't know if they consider that essential, but definitely clubs are not open. So no clubbing. On Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. until Sunday at 5 a.m. Everything is shut down, even essential. Stores, all of that is closed starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday. And then Sunday, starting at 2 p.m. until 5 a.m. Monday, things are shut down. Okay. And then during the week, from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. are the curfew times. Now, this does not affect on resort. Okay. It does not affect on resort, but please note, like I told you guys before, when I came back from Jamaica a few weeks ago, that like restaurant times, how many restaurants are open on site, those type of things are affected by the number of registered guests. So the more guests that they have registered, the more restaurants and things are open. The longer the hours are. So a lot of places were closed down earlier when we were there, because a lot of the resorts were only at a 20% capacity. Okay. At that time, I don't see that they have upped the capacity, because right now the resorts are allowed to be at a 70% capacity on the entire island, which I found some discrepancies in that, based on the different conversations at the 31 hotels that we inspected. But they're supposed to be at a 70% capacity, and the majority of the 31 hotels that we visited were in a range of 20 to 25% capacity. So a lot of their restaurants and offering swim up bars and things like that were closed. Okay. So, but the hotels that were at, we had one hotel was at 80% capacity, which I didn't understand when you're supposed to be at 70, but okay. But they had more amenities available because they have more people to accommodate. So keep that in mind. The fewer the people, the less amenities that will be available, The more people, the more amenities. And just, talking about the industry as a whole, this will kind of be the trend because they can't accommodate, because they're not going to have enough staff to do every single thing on the resort if their numbers are not high enough. So if you're at a 20% and you don't need a full staff, you won't be able to fully accommodate all of the amenities on board on resort. You have 10 pools and things like that, and you're at a 20%, you're not going to have all of those pools open. You're not going to have 20 restaurants open if you're at a 20%, because it will just be wasteful. So, but a lot of them are allowing, if a restaurant is closed, they will have those menu options available. You may need to ask at the restaurant, the other restaurants that are on resort. So you just have to ask, because the majority of them did have those available. So if this your favorite restaurant at your resort that you're attending is closed because of the capacity, then you can ask them if they have the items from that particular menu at the restaurants that were open, because some of them were honoring that. Okay. So I know that the majority of you are here to hear me talk about our 2022 Jamaica experience, our Negril experience. And listen, it's gonna be off the chain. I'm nervous and excited because this is our very first time ever taking over an entire resort. Okay, we have booked, signed, sealed, delivered the Cliff in Negril. It is an amazing, when I tell you amazing, it's the Cliff Hotel Negril. If you have not checked it out, if you have not heard about it, absolutely go and check it out when we get off of this call. It is a luxury resort. So I wanted to emphasize that word luxury because the price will reflect luxury. It will not be the Grand Palladium price. No. We're gonna leave that behind. But the experience will warrant the luxury. I guarantee you guys that. We have some amazing things lined up. We had our very first meeting with the events manager on Tuesday, and we're still putting some pieces together, and we know it's a year away, but we pride ourselves on making sure that things are in excellent order. Okay, so we are planning now. I have another meeting coming up in 2 weeks because we want to make sure that the yoga instructor is there so that we can have morning yoga on the cliffs, right near the cliffs where the sun rises every single morning, and so many other things. So with that being said, starting on from April 25th through May 1st, we are having our very first week-long launch event. Okay, so what does that mean? And what does that look like? So every day in that entire week, we're going to go live. So you'll be able to come here and see us. And every day we're going to highlight something else about the trip. So it's going to be resort, and I'm going to figure out, I can share photos. I'm sorry, Instagram. Y'all might want to go to YouTube during that week because I'll be able to share my screen and I'm going to be showing photos, but I can't share that on Instagram. I'm sorry. So you'll have to either use YouTube, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, or our Facebook group in order to share with us and be able to see the photos and things like that for that week. So we'll share resort photos one day. We'll share room photos one day. We'll talk about the food options on the resort. We'll talk about the excursions and activities in the area, what the group activities are going to look like. And then we'll We'll talk about Club Mobe because that's going to be included in your package. We're going all the way exclusive luxury for this event. So yes, Club Mobe is included. You will not be standing in the lines with the rest of the people for this Jamaica trip. Okay. And then on the 1st, it is going to be launch day. We have some great things coming up for those who register during a certain amount of time. There's going to be some giveaways. For those who, register, we have some badges for everyone who books. You're going to be posting your badges online. It is going to be a whole shing ding. Okay. Get your girls or not, because you don't got to have because some of us ain't ready for this type of experience, and it's okay because we'll have other experiences that they can participate in. This is for the grown up, chic, ready to get it in, but on luxury level, girl. Okay. So, do not forget to mark your calendars. April 25th through May 1st is going to be the week-long launch event. I am super excited about it. I cannot wait to share this this resort with y'all. Like, listen, y'all heard me say that for the week that I was in Jamaica, I inspected 31, like 3-1, inspected 31 resorts during that 6-day time frame. Okay. I walked up hills, down hills, around rooms, upstairs, downstairs to 31 resorts. And this was the very last resort that we went to. The very last. Save the best for last had to be a photo. It would be the Cliff. I absolutely fell in love with Negril, and I absolutely fell in love with this resort. And I'm like, what can we do to make this experience for our sisterhood work? Okay, so we're ready. We hope that you all are. Let me tell y'all about my inbox and my email and my text messages from my peeps. Y'all better be sitting like this, waiting with your finger, because these people they own me about these villas. I ain't gonna name no names because I see them on this Instagram. I see them on Facebook. They own me about these villas, baby, because those things are fire. Those villas are fire, okay? And they own me about them. They got their names ready. They trying to deposit today. They like, you know me. Don't let me put a deposit down. I'm like, I'm trying to be fair. Those of you who have purchased gift cards, Lanita said, it's me. It's me. So, she told on herself, that's one of them. If you have your gift cards, you will be able to use your gift card that you purchased during Black Friday for this trip. So yes, it's going to be Denslow launch event April 25th through May 1st, y'all. Myself and 2 business partners, we're going to stay there in September, so that we can really get a feel for the lay of the land. I spent probably an hour there. But an hour definitely is not enough. Like, I have watched every video on their page. I have had her to email me, the events manager, every picture of the resort that they have. You guys, if you follow us, if you're on the launch event page, I post a new photo every day. So a photo of the day. I haven't posted once a day. I will later on. But there's no words for this particular resort. I'm telling y'all, say if Save the Best for Last was a person, It's the Cliffs. Period. Period. Y'all have any questions about that? There'll be a Q&A during that week as well, because I know y'all have the questions. So there will be Q&A on launch day. So on May 1st, I'll come on because we'll have already talked about everything that that's going to be happening on the trip. So launch day, we're just going to come on and answer questions. We're going to have balloons. It's a whole celebration. Cause listen, when y'all get there, y'all gonna be like this, we're anticipating this to be like an annual thing because this resort is beyond amazing. Beyond. Okay. So that's that on Jamaica. For those people who, if you aren't in our group, you need to go there. That's one. You need to go to the group. Facebook group. I know Instagram. Y'all be like, no Facebook. Facebook group. So we did a poll in the Facebook group. We've asked a series of questions over the last week or so about last minute trips. We're thinking about adding last minute trips, and there was a vote. So I want to see like what you guys have to say. There was a vote to go to New Orleans in June. I put June 25 to 25. Y'all know that didn't make no sense why y'all ain't tell me it was like that. But it's June 25th through the 28th. We're going to see what you guys think about that. The vote was New Orleans. Okay. We had, I think it was New Orleans, LA. I can't think of the other place. That was part of the vote. What was the other place, Lanita? New Orleans, LA, and I can't think of the third city that we put. But New Orleans won. So again, June 25th through the 28th, we are putting together a New Orleans trip for those times. Oh, DC. Yes, it was DC. But with DC, I know everyone was looking to go to the African American History Museum, but they are still closed. So we are like, we don't want to go now. But New Orleans won the vote anyway. So we're putting together something for New Orleans in June for a weekend. We are also putting together a wine weekend. So we normally go wine tasting for one day. We want to do a 2-day weekend event, pretty much a staycation, because I'm going to look and see what's available in Wisconsin, because we always go to Michigan. Although I love Michigan wine, they kind of have their trail, very well put together. But I want to look in Wisconsin and see what they have, because that will be different. And something new for us. But we are going to put together a weekend, a wine weekend for our locals. Sorry, y'all, outside of Chicagoland. But yes, we're getting back to travel. We know some of you guys are ready to travel again, but not internationally. So we have been listening to that. And so we're going to try to add some local things. More domestic, so that you guys who feel comfortable traveling within the U.S. can get back to traveling this summer as well. You guys know that we have Seattle on the calendar already. And we're definitely looking at starting back our virtual events. Listen, y'all know that our heavy travel season begins again on Memorial Day weekend. Yes, heavy travel season, like back to back travel. Right now, we're probably at about almost 60 people going to Dubai. Like, people ready to go. People are ready to go, and they are booking. And again, we know some of you are very hesitant about international travel, probably because you don't really know the protocol, and if you have to have, be vaccinated and things like that. But a lot of places is looking like if you are not vaccinated, you will still need to have a negative COVID test to enter. So you will have to have one or the other. Be vaccinated or have a negative COVID test. And right now, it's one or the other and not both. We're going to Greece in August. I absolutely just today put the deposit down for our sunset farewell dinner. on a boat. So our, our Faro event, Sunset Cruise, um, for Greece. And we should have information for you guys who are looking to do the flying dress photos. Our tour guide is talking to people today and tomorrow about those prices, so we should have something soon. Let's see. Can you talk about the surprise trip and how that works? I'm new to the group and was going to travel with you last year, but yes. So someone asked about the surprise trip and how that works. So a surprise trip, is a surprise. We tell you 48 hours before departure where we're going. This year, the surprise destination is domestic. We kind of gave a hint, and a lot of people said, I'll see what you guys say. A lot of people, everybody gave the wrong answer. Nobody knows where, but we gave a hint of chocolate. All I can say about the surprise trip is typically the weather is nice in this location. During August, it's a weekend. It's all inclusive. We've already purchased flights for everyone, so it'll have to be without flight. You have to get your flight on your own. I will tell you, once you book and we tell you the location to purchase your ticket, just know that our final destination is 3 hours away from there. Okay. So you're going to want to try to get your flight the same time as ours, the rest of the group. But so some people will see that destination and like, oh, I don't want to go there. But it's 3 hours away from there. So it's not even close to where we have to fly into. But it's going to be a great weekend. All of our meals are included. Some of our drinks are included. It's going to be a wham bam doodle. That's all I got to say. I'm definitely joining ladies on a trip in the near future. Cool, Denise. And then we're already planning out our 2022 surprise trip. That one will be international. And when I say I'm excited about it, I'm excited. You should be too. That one we probably may have to give you maybe 5 days before departure, the notification, just so you can pack, a different way. We don't know yet. But the domestic surprise trip, the domestic surprise trip, you'll be fine. Like I said, we'll tell you 2 days before and you'll be good. Okay? So that's how it works. Any more questions? I don't even know what time it is. I have two interviews tonight there's 2 ladies in the Philippines that we are interviewing for virtual assistant positions. And so I have to be up at 9 p.m. interviewing people. Y'all know I ain't happy about that because I goes to bed. That might be the one then 2022 my travel year. Yeah, and like I said, I know some people are just like not ready to travel this year. And that's okay. But, our calendar for next year is jam-packed. We already, we've made the decision to postpone our Paris trip this year, and we're pushing it to next year. I don't know what we're pushing it to because this calendar is crazy. But we are postponing our Paris trip because Paris is back on lockdown. They're supposed to open back up like May 15th. But we just made the decision to push it to next year. And so we're trying to figure out what dates that will be, because the dates we originally thought, that's right before our Italy trip. And so, we have people that are going on our Italy trip and then would also go to Paris. And so that's like a whole 3 weeks off work. And so we have to figure something out. And I was trying not to go in April because the weather, like, I hate terrible weather. Let me tell y'all how much research I do for these trips. Like, when I say research, I mean down to the weather, because Don't ask. I know where Melody. She be like, let's go to Iceland. It's cold. I don't want to go there, sis. Like, I'm trying to take us somewhere where it's not freezing, it's not snowing, hopefully not raining. I can't predict the weather, but I sure doggone try because I do not like bad weather. So I really do extensive research and kind of look at what the days, last year looked like. Was it raining on these days last year? Before I decide on the location and what's the best times to go. When is the rainy season? When is monsoon season? When is this hurricane season? Because I don't like no bad weather. I had missed on the flights maybe next time because I would want to be with the group. Okay, okay, no problem. I went to Jamaica in October and the safety measures they had in place, I felt comfortable. Yeah, I was just there a couple of weeks ago. Only thing that I did not like in Jamaica that was different than in Mexico. So in Mexico, everywhere we went, everybody had masks on. In Jamaica, the tourists had masks on, but those locals did not. And I asked one of the managers at one of the hotels that we were inspecting, because their numbers have increased. This is why they're keeping this curfew in place. They originally had threatened to shut down again if the numbers increased by so much. But I asked her if she thought that the increase in cases was due to tourists or locals. And she goes, oh, we don't know. And so as we continue on our week there, I absolutely know it's the locals because they did not we went past stores, we went past barbershops, we went past all of these places and they didn't have masks on. Now, those that were working in the resorts and things, they did. But if you go outside the resort to the local places, they did not. Now, we weren't in the local places. We could just see them on the bus. We were doing a stop at the Pelican Bar. And so if you've ever been to the Pelican Bar, y'all know I told y'all my story about the Pelican Bar area. When we pulled up, our rep said, put y'all mask on and don't take it off. He used some expletives in there too. And he had on 2 masks. Because like none of them were wearing masks. It wasn't it was just okay, whatever. But yeah, those locals, were we in Ocho Rios? It was 11 million people. Side to side, people don't have masks on. I was just freaking out. But, I guess the local officials are supposed to tell them, the police or whatever is supposed to say, what they needed to do. But I didn't see where they were saying it. We drove past barbershops where they were not, the barber nor the person and the customer in the chair did not have a mask on. People walking down the street going in and out of stores didn't have masks on. So we saw a lot of that going on with the locals, but not the tourists. Now I ain't gonna say all of them because I wore my mask all 8 days that I was there. Okay. Where we stay in surrounding areas, they did, maybe because of how early we went. Oh yeah, maybe it was in October. Yeah, because like I was just there. When did I go? March. Yeah, like March 14th through the 21st. Yeah, those locals. Nope. People are getting too comfortable now in a lot of places. They are. And now I live in Indiana, and so now it's not required that you wear your mask. But some places, like my local grocery store that I go to, it's still required there. One store that my husband goes to, they say it doesn't say required, it says preferred. So we know what that means, that when they don't want to, they ain't doing it. But then there's a Ace Hardware, like at the end of the block from me. Like I had to go and run in there to get something the first day that the mask mandate was over. And my eyes like, wait a minute, like not no one in Ace Hardware that worked there had on a mask. But you got this plexiglass up. So you either scared or you not. You can take plexiglass down if you ain't scared. Cause you like not one worker had on a mask. Not one. Okay. It's still required in Indianapolis. Oh, they must have made it because I know the governor was saying as of April 4th that it was, they're not mandated to do it. Dubai security telling people to put their mask on. Yeah. Where was I at? And they were like, man, pull your mask. Oh no, that was just in Atlanta. The little girl was walking around the hotel and she didn't have her mask on. She didn't want to put it on. She didn't even have. She just kept putting her shirt, walking through the hotel lobby with her shirt like this. I don't know. But yeah, people are getting comfortable. But just know that regardless of what a local government says, until further notice, we, Ladies and Luggage, is going to ask all of our travelers to have negative COVID tests and to wear masks, because we still have to make sure that we keep ourselves safe and all of our guests. So if you're traveling with us anytime soon, just know that we're going to ask you to have a negative COVID test. We are. And to wear masks. Okay. Yes, man has always referred from governor, and it's caused confusion. Yes, Kim, because I know, let me tell you something. These white people, baby, you try to tell them that they still got to wear a mask. They like, I do not. One of our good friends works in he works at Bob's Furniture in Maryville, and they get cussed out, he said 5 to 8 times a day, because they still require that people come in with their mask. But the customer saying, I don't care what you require, I don't have to wear it. And what they don't understand is it is still up to that business owner to say whether they require you to wear a mask or not in their establishment. You don't get to tell somebody that you're not going to wear no mask up in their place. Like, where you do that at? No, absolutely not. Okay. I've decided no matter where or when I travel, a mask will be throughout the airport travel. It will not. Denise, like, I don't know how long I'll be wearing my mask. I'm kind of on the fence now. I knew a friend told me she works in a government entity. So this was probably 2 or 3 months ago when they first started vaccinating people, probably late December, early January. She was able to get vaccinated because of her job. And she told me and forwarded me an email then that the CDC was saying that the vaccine, they're thinking that it's going to be like the flu shot, that you're going to have to continue to get it. And that it probably would only last about 90 days. And so now they're finally coming out saying that. And so now I'm on the fence because I'm already scheduled to be vaccinated on May 17th. But now I'm like, listen, I'm not doing this every year. I just, like, if it's a one and done, I ain't doing Johnson & Johnson. Y'all, listen, we don't use their powder. We don't use their baby wash either. So we already knew not to get no Johnson & Johnson. But I'm not getting that. And so now I'm on the fence, because now they're officially coming out saying that, you might either have to get a booster or, you might have to get a shot annually. And that's cray. I don't know. So, and I know 2 people who have been partially vaccinated and both contracted COVID. So in the news, they mentioned giving a booster for Pfizer and talking about getting every year. See, that's what I'm saying, Denzel. Like, I ain't about that life. I'm not about that life. I just, because I don't get the flu shot. So like I'm thinking, and I mean, of course, thinking about it in hindsight, we know as adults that this is something we would probably have to get every year, because like, how is this vaccine supposed to keep you safe forever and ever? Because none do. But yeah. For the 3 Dubai trips next year, do you recommend one over the other? So, February, like this was our first time going during February. So I just came back from Dubai in February, and we went to the Global Village, and it was an amazing time. So we added February to our calendar for next year for that purpose, because Global Village is only open from November through March, late March, maybe early April, and Miracle Garden. So if you are into, shopping, I would say February. Not that we don't shop on the others, but February, we would definitely go to the Global Village. Is there a list of all the trips next year on the page? Yes. If you go to our website, ladiesandluggage.com, /our-trips, or just go to ladiesandluggage.com and click our trips at the top. You can see all the trips, and I don't know, some may be added. That's all I gotta say. Some may be added for next year. I know soon I need to talk to our VIPs, and I see Rose on here. I see Lanita. Who else did I see? I saw Desiree. We need for you guys to start meeting our VIPs, because we're going to, the more and more trips that we add, the more and more help we're going to need. So our VIPs will be facilitating some of these trips, and we just have to figure that out. We hadn't started talking about it yet, because we wanted to kind of feel out how everybody was booking, and how, hey Alana, another VIP, how the forecast is looking for next year, and how, and if we would need them, to help us for next year. So yeah. So we're going to start introducing you guys to our VIPs. They'll be able to come on live with us, and you can meet them, because I know some people are always like, oh, you're going to be there. And sometimes I won't. Okay. I got excited about the ski trip. Yes. So we were going to launch that at the same time as Jamaica, but we had to make them separate, because, we have to make a super big deal about both of them. But we wanted to get Jamaica first. So the ski trip, we're probably going to kind of have the same type of launch event. Maybe not 7 days, maybe like Thursday, Friday, and then launch day will be Saturday. So maybe a 3-day launch event for the ski trip. And I believe that's going to be, the launch date is May 15th. So it's at 15, 14, 13. So 13 to 15, we'll probably have a launch event. Something similar to the Jamaica launch event. Let me tell y'all something. Sinus season, it ain't no season. It's just sinus time, because I ain't even time. It's just sinus, because I'm over it at this point. I think this has been the worst sinus year, the worst sinus time for me in years, probably since high school. Is ridiculous. For Toronto, will you all have a group costume for us to purchase? So we're going to reach out to them after July. So maybe around August or September. That's why we haven't put any information out yet, just to kind of feel out if they're going to have it. Okay. If they do, we want to join a parade. And if we join a parade, then we'll be able to purchase costumes within that parade group. But yeah, we're trying to wait until after this season, Carnival season is over, and kind of see what they think is going to happen for next year. because we're definitely excited about that. We were excited about it for last year too. And I just thought about something, Kay. You said about the surprise trip. You can still fly with the group. But you would just have to get your air ticket on your own. You can still fly. I was still doing the Ground Force cruise. Oh, so they're asking if we're still doing the cruise. So I'm on the fence because I did a poll. I polled you guys. I did a survey. All of that. And y'all said no. Like 60, I want to say it was 62% of people are saying that they're not ready to cruise. And so I don't want to add it to the calendar and then it doesn't manifest. So I don't know. And that's a place that I was thinking about putting Paris in instead of the cruise. Okay. And that would be the Alaska cruise as well, because it's just people just not ready yet. Heck, the cruise line ain't ready. Well, the cruise line ready. The CDC ain't ready for them, but the cruise line is ready. So yes, Rose, come on. Jamaica will be your whole vibe, Rose. I'm telling you. Negril, listen, y'all. And I had gone to Negril before, but it was a whole vibe, and I was only in the area. Well, I was in the area the whole day because we inspected 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we inspected 6 resorts that day, and then we went to Rick's Cafe, and a couple of the people that was with us, a couple of the agents that was with us, jumped at Rick's Cafe. But Negril was a whole vibe. Lauren wants to go to, yeah, that's all we wanted to definitely go to Alaska. I don't know about going there, just, but going on a cruise seems so dope because we could see more than one destination during the cruise. I'm cruising to Alaska next year, June 26th for 7 days on Celebrity. Oh, I love Celebrity. Sounds cold, but definitely go. But during the time that we were going to during July, it's 24-hour daylight. It's in the 60s. Again, I told y'all I'll be researching because I'm not going nowhere freezing. No. During that time, it's like in the 60s every day. That's the only reason that I picked that time to do it, because I'm not going in the cold. But actually, they don't really have cruising in the cold. They won't have it. Definitely no cruises during the winter months. But yeah, July is 24-hour daylight, and in the 60 degrees. So that's the only reason we were going. Yeah, Denise, I don't know. Just with that survey, everybody is saying, 2023, and I just don't want to put anything together and then it not manifest. So I'm thinking 2023 for cruising. I'm definitely going to go on a cruise because I just feel like a lot of people with us in the industry, a lot of people feel more comfortable when they see us. So we all, we have to be the guinea pigs. So I have a cruise booked for February and April. So y'all know I'm gonna go live. I want y'all to see how it is, the feel, what they're doing. So yeah, we have one. It's not till next year though. Nothing this year, because as it looks, we may not be cruising again this year. But next year, February, and then April, I'll be cruising. Isn't Jamaica right after Essence? I can't miss an Essence festival. If they have it. They canceled this year. Hopefully they'll be next year, but Jamaica is literally, Jamaica is literally July 8th. July 8th. through the, yeah, it's July 8th. Yeah, if they have rules. Like, you know, people, and I know Denzel was asking about the Usher. So we're going to Usher. We're sold out. Going to see Usher in Vegas, and right now it's just, it is what it is. Caesar's Palace, Caesar Coliseum, and they like, oh, so there's nothing, there's no updates, everything is copacetic. And people are in Vegas like, but we will have our negative COVID test, we will have our mask, whether they doing it or not. And people, listen, we sold out for that probably within a week. Yeah. I've been signing contracts all day. I just today signed the contract for our pool party, where we're going to have our pool party event at. So we're having that at the hotel next door to us. But yes, just signed that contract today. And people are asking for more rooms, but the only bad thing about it is if we get more tickets, it would not be with the group. So I don't know how people feel about not sitting with the group, because the rest of us will be, pretty much together. We got some rows and things like that, but we're, pretty much all together. So people were asking about still going. So I don't know how they feel about being separated from the group, because there are no tickets near where we are. I'm missing Vegas, one of my favorite places. Yes, we are so excited, y'all. I think I'm gonna try to share this video. Somebody tagged me in 2, maybe 3 years ago with Usher my boo, y'all. So I'm cutting up with my mask on. I'm cutting up. Like, we can't find each other when we want to. I know, Alana, but some people like, I don't know. So, but yeah, tickets are like sporadically, because I got our tickets like the day they went on sale. But Alana, I'm thinking we're replacing the Grown Folks Cruise. Hola, brother. With Paris. I hate to go in April, because I want that, like when we went in June, we were just sun-kissed. We were able to sit outside and people watch at the cafes. Don't be cutting up like Tanisha, it's don't definitely be a cut up like that. Oh yes, because I love me. I'm going to like the week before we go to the Usher concert, I'm gonna freshen up on all my Usher songs so I can know all of the words. So yeah, I can't wait. Hi, LaRonda. I'm freshening up on that. I have to be like, all the newer stuff, the older stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's gonna be on and popping with the mask on. Yes. You actually up? It's early. It's like 7 o'clock. You talking about you actually up? Let's see. It's 7:04. Y'all, I've been doing keto. This is day 3. Keto with intermittent fasting. So I was supposed to have eaten by 7. I already had my dinner cooked before I came on live. But so far so good. My husband then fell off. People supposed to be with me. They done fell off the wagon. My husband do whatever he want to do anyways. He what I cook, he'll eat. But outside of that, he gonna do everything else on his whatever. But I'm sticking to it, because let me tell y'all something. I was so mad at them pictures. Whew. Listen, I'm like, this muffin top has got to go. Like, it was gone before, and then it's back, and it got to go again, because it's a no for me. It's a no. I got too many flights to catch. Yes. It's just too much. Them pictures, and everybody like the pictures but me. That's how I go. That's how we do. That's how we do. ourselves. No, I was like, the 2 pictures that you guys saw, I know one picture was on Instagram and Facebook, and then one was on my personal page. So those 2 pictures, those are about the gist of what I like of the 40 pictures that I have. But Shanteria likes them. She's like, I like more than half. I have been trying to. Thanks for bringing it up. Yes. You said I was convicted. Yes. I've been doing good, and I've been trying to eat from 11 to 7 only. 11 to 7 only on keto. And so, yeah. You don't have that kind of... She said, I don't have that kind of willpower. Listen, some days I don't either. And then I'm trying to count calories because I talked to someone about my macros and all that kind of stuff. And then my favorite soup, and I'm thinking I'm going to do something grand and eat some tomato soup. And that mother sucker was like 500 calories. I'm like, girl, I'm not eating you and use all my calories for the day. Oh, heck, So chicken and vegetables, fish and vegetables. I got a turkey chop today and some vegetables, some berries. But yeah, I ain't messing myself up. And that's my favorite soup. That tomato soup in the little plastic thing from Aldi's is everything. But not for almost 500 calories, good. Nope. No. That's like half of my calories for the day. I got my skins. I got my peanuts. I think I cried a little Tuesday because I couldn't have my white cheddar Cheez-Its. Oh yes, I had a tear or two. If you like Crystal Light, so buy the Country Time lemonade, 0 sugar. That thing hit different. It tastes just like Country Time lemonade. It's straight up Country Time lemonade, but it's Country Time lemonade, 0 sugar. Fire. Get y'all one of those and then put it in the freezer a little bit so I can get a little slushy. Oh yes, it's fire. Straight up Country Time lemonade, I'm telling y'all. Yep. Any more questions? I'm doing one last poll about New Orleans before I put it on the books because it's on my list for tomorrow. No, it's on my list. It's on my list for tomorrow to call the hotels. You can make Parmesan crisp in the oven with some Italian seasoning sprinkle over it. Yum. Yes. I'm gonna make me some guacamole because I'm addicted. Ever since my sister showed me how to make it. I wish I could just dip to Dubai real quick and give me some hummus and it still be fresh when I get back home. Because Dubai hummus is fire. I bought me some peppers. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat with them peppers. Maybe I could put some cheese on that. That's a good idea. But yeah, I'm trying to do right because no, I cannot. I don't even remember where I got on the scale at, but I was like, I know you ain't playing with me. Get thee behind me, devil. No, heck ye no. So yes, I'm getting my life in order. Any more questions before I go eat my dinner and get ready for these 2 interviews? I am so tired, but I definitely will be up late tonight. I have someone told me something was going on with the website. So if you have an issue with the website, text us or email us because I'm going to check that out tonight too. So I'll probably be up late working. So if you have an issue with the site, let me know. Because I'll be checking that out tonight. Okay. After these calls. You can find a lot of recipes and tips for keto. Thanks, Tanisha. I'll check it out. Because I definitely have to go to the grocery store. Again, that's the only thing I don't like. I do not like shopping. I do not like grocery shopping. I do not like shopping, period. And so having to go to the store for fruits and vegetables like on a regular outside of apples and grapes for my grandkids, it's gonna blow me because I ain't about this life. Nope. I'm not about this life at all. No, ma'am. If there are no more questions, I will try to come back next week on our regular day. Okay. If you have topics that you would like for us to talk about, you definitely can hit us up. I have a topic for next week that we always get. We are going to talk about, which I was going to talk about it today when I realized that my list was already vast and long. We're going to talk about the difference between single and double occupancy, because we always get people to ask us, well, can X, Y, and Z just come with me and be in a room with me and we just pay for the room? And then that's not how any of this works. Now, you may be able to do that if you just book you a hotel and y'all go, and but that's not how, if you're traveling with a group, that's not how it works. We're going to talk about that next week. And so you guys can get kind of understand how it all goes and why it looks the way it does, and blah, 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 and why when you book your trip, with your flight and your hotel, it's like $2, and then we book flight and hotel and our packages, and put the rest of the stuff in our packages, and it's $200. So we'll talk about that too. But until next week, later.